I'm pumped and ready, everybody. Like that premium edition has been prepped and preloaded on my Series X for I don't know, a week and a half or 2 weeks now. And I really wish I could open up the art book because I would love to have like a few days to just go through that, create some content around it, ooh and awe over the images. But in the meantime, I keep watching that live action trailer they dropped because I just love the VFX they did with the girl's eye as they're leaving and it spins out to the universe, and then when they come back, it spins back around to her eye again. And people have been asking me in the comments, like, well, I really want to know, what's happening with the girl? Are we going to know more about the girl? What's the girl's journey? And I'm like, I don't know. I want to know the girl's journey too. But in the meantime, Bethesda put out a blog post on the launch details, PC specs, and more. And this essentially just locks in the launch times, which we knew were coming down the pipeline. So we've got here. Can I open this? We'll do a new tab. Um, We'll just look at it like this. So Los Angeles is the primary point of interest here. Early access starts August 31st at 5 p.m. Central. Not Central Pacific. What am I talking about? 5 p.m. Pacific. August 31st is when early access launch kicks off, and then on September 5th, that's also when the launch time starts for the official version of the game that's going live on that day. There's all the various editions that you can take a look at. I have the premium edition preloaded on Xbox, which is gonna be awesome. And I know some folks like Babylonia have got their Constellation Edition arriving really soon. And I know in his case, if you see him anywhere on my channel, make sure to click his channel and go over and follow him. Also follow Mujin if you see him, because both those guys are going to be doing Starfield creation. I play Baldur's Gate 3 multiplayer with them. And I know Babylonia in particular is working on mods and stuff, and he's got the Constellation Edition pre-ordered, and he's going to be doing some unboxing and stuff. So make sure to check that out. But in the meantime, they've got PC specs and everything else. So let's kind of read through this and see what they've got for us here. It says the year is 2330, and humanity has mapped the stars. Bethesda Game Studios' first new universe in 25 years is Starfield, and here you will explore a massive open galaxy. Create your character and tell your unique story as you explore the field of stars. Who will you be, and what will you discover? Xbox Series X and S and PC on September 6th, which is midnight UTC. Play it day one with Game Pass. And all the information that we need is below. So let's take a look at these things. Before we do, though, I've been watching some press recently, and I'll probably do a video about this tomorrow. But Pete Hines and some other guys have been out there doing press from Gamescom, and they were talking about how I think it was Hines who was saying he had played like 80 hours of the game, and Todd was bugging him like, "Have you played through the Constellation storyline yet?" He's like, "No, dude, I've been working on factions." And so if you remember how like from all the Elder Scrolls games, each like the Mage Guild, the Fighters Guild, the Thieves Guild all had their own storylines that you could go and do. And it's the same thing here. They've taken that system that they've done, same thing with Fallout games, and you can do these different factions and you're not locked to doing just one. You can do all of them. And so he was talking about how he was like 80 hours in doing all the faction storylines before he ever even got to the Constellation main story, and then did that and got like 50 hours out of that, which I'll do another video about that later this week, so make sure to stay tuned for that. PS, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Daily streams at 11 a.m. Central Time, and of course, lots of other things here on the channel. We're doing lots of Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077's coming up and beyond. There's a link to Discord. Check that out. In the meantime, let's take a look at Constellation Edition details. Dun, 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 dun. There's more to the Constellation Edition that we can fit in the chart above. Along with early access, here's a list of what you can expect when your collector's edition arrives. The steel book display case, a credit stick with laser etched game code, Shattered Space Story expansion upon release, up to 5 days early access, Constellation skin pack, access to the digital art book and original soundtrack, embroidered Constellation patch, which is really dope, and the Starfield Chronomark watch and transit cage, which is so freaking awesome. Um, and they've got an in-depth article over here if you want to check out the additional additions. By the way, there's going to be a link to this in the description below, so don't forget to check that out. PC specs, it says for those who are playing Starfield, the next gen RPG on PC, make sure your rig is outfitted with the right gear. So minimum specs, Windows 10 processor, they recommend a Ryzen 5 2600X or Intel Core i7 6800K, 16 gigs of RAM, a 5700 Radeon card, or an NVIDIA GeForce 1080. So I have a 1080, 1070 10i, excuse me. I have a 1080 in my rig, which is interesting. I wonder if I could actually run this on the PC. Probably on the low specs though. DirectX 12, and you need 125 gigs of storage space, and they recommend um, solid state drive. I don't know why companies are starting to say solid state drive required, because that's just not true. It's not required, it's recommended, because um, you can't require a solid state drive. It's just a different type of hard drive. Quick commercial break,
Um,
everyone, to give a shout out to all of these amazing people who are the guild champions at the highest tiered membership here on our channel. And of course, all of the members who help keep me full time and doing this for your enjoyment. If you would also like to become a member, you get access to tons of special stuff like live stream, member only chat, private videos for our members several times a week. It's really simple. Just pick your tier, go from there. You can also do super chats or super thanks on any stream, YouTube short, or video that you see. Don't forget the Discord. Links are down below. Let's get back to the video. Um, but I noticed that Baldur's Gate 3 did this as well on their Steam page. It said solid state drive required, and that's not actually true. Although in the conversation of minimum specifications, they're saying that this is the minimum required for that minimum recommendation. So maybe it makes sense in the context of that overall conversation. Recommended specs is a AMD Ryzen 3600X or an Intel i5, 16 gigs of RAM, 6800 XT, or a GeForce RTX 2080. Which actually, to be honest with you, a 2080 is not that expensive of a card. That's still a couple generations back now, and you could get that for a reasonable amount of money. And I know some people have 2080s, so it's not like they're asking for bleeding edge. You got to have a 4090 with ray tracing turned on and DLSS and blah 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 blah. Because a lot of games are doing that, where like you need. I love the Star Citizen folks who are like, you got to build a super PC to enjoy this game, and it's like, I don't want to have to build a super PC to play a game. Like, I don't fall into the master PC race at all. I'm very happy that I can play this on my Xbox Series X. I wouldn't probably want to play it on my laptop because I have an older laptop now that's getting up in age. Baldur's Gate 3 is the first time I've played a game where it's actually started to feel it. And I've been looking at, do I need to upgrade that? And it's like, it's not a high pressing thing because pretty much everything I'm playing right now is Series X. Like Starfield's going to be the Series X, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty is going to be Series X. Next year, I'm going to be playing Avowed on the Series X. I'll be playing Star Wars Outlaws on the Series X. We've got Baldur's Gate 3 coming to the Series X later this year, so I'm very happy with my console stuff. So in any case, everybody, these are the launch times and the different everything here. So if you are wanting to know when you can play Starfield, check the links below because I got a link to this article and you'll be able to find this image. I'll probably end up having this up as the thumbnail as well. I do plan on starting, I can start at 5 p.m. Pacific on the 31st. So my schedule, if you haven't already watched the video, I do have a longer video talking about my plans for Starfield launch and beyond. I will be interrupting my Baldur's Gate 3 daily streams for about 7 days to take advantage of the early access that I have for Starfield. We will still be doing a daily Baldur's Gate 3 video, but the streams for about 7 days are only going to be Starfield until the general launch happens. And then once that happens, we will be going back to Baldur's Gate 3 and staggering Baldur's Gate 3 with Starfield, probably one day, sort of like that, until Cyberpunk 2077 launches. And then I have to figure out how to schedule that into the mix as well. So anyway, folks, I hope you're prepped and ready. I am. Love to see you in the next video, so make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Join the Discord, links down below, and I'll see everybody in the next episode. Until then, stay safe and happy gaming, everybody.